I'm really proud of the way Hillary's campaign's going, about the big goals she's setting for America and the plan she has to achieve them. But there are a lot of things about Hillary you may not know that occurred in her life before she ever became a United States Senator. When we met over 35 years ago in law school, I was interested in public office, but she wasn't. She thought she'd never run for anything. She was just interested in public service. In law school, she worked for legal services for poor people, and she took an extra year at the Yale Child Study Center and the Yale University Hospital to study about children and the law. When she graduated, she could have written a job ticket anywhere. She turned down all the lucrative job offers and instead took a job at the Children's Defense Fund because she wanted to help poor children. After working at the House Judiciary Committee, she came to Arkansas to teach in the law school, to be with me. And again, she set up a legal aid clinic for poor people. President Carter appointed her to the National Board of the Legal Services Corporation, and she became the board chair when she was only 29 years old. She also headed a big committee for the American Bar Association on the status of women in the profession. It looked at all kinds of issues for women that had been ignored for too long. She joined the board of the Arkansas Children's Hospital as its honorary chair. By the time we left Arkansas, it was the 7th biggest children's hospital in the entire country. Everyone knows that when I was in the White House and Hillary was First Lady, she led our effort to try to get health care for all Americans. And everyone knows we didn't succeed. But Hillary, as always, didn't give up. She kept working, first to expand health care coverage to children. The Children's Health Insurance Program gave 5 million kids health insurance, the biggest expansion in a generation. She improved care for women with breast cancer and men with prostate cancer. She worked to support immunizing 90% of our children against serious childhood diseases. She just kept working. Meanwhile, she went to 82 other countries representing the United States. Hillary is heavily respected all around the world, and that is so important at a time when we need to stop making enemies and start making allies again. In my first term, Hillary, in effect, was the face of America in Africa, in India. She went to Beijing, to the International Women's Conference, and gave an unbelievable speech.
That it is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights.
Now that she's in public office and I'm just in public service working on AIDS and development around the world, I still meet people in villages in Africa, Asia, Latin America who say to me, "You'll never know how much your wife's speech in Beijing meant to us." When she became a senator, she immediately went to work on solutions to American problems. And she worked with Republicans as well as Democrats on things like climate change, better health care for our veterans, making electronic medical records available to cut the incredible waste in our health care system. She worked on children's health. She accomplished an enormous amount in starting new projects to create jobs in rural areas in upstate New York. She just kept plugging away with new ideas, making progress day in and day out. That's the kind of leader she is. You know, the only reason to really support anybody for president is that you believe they'll be the best president. I've seen a lot of people come and go over time, and I like most of the people I've met in politics. But I can tell you that what I believed 35 years ago about Hillary, that she has the best combination of mind and heart, of leadership ability, and a feel for the human consequences of the decisions that a leader makes. I believe that today even more strongly than I believed it then. When she says, "Vote for me, and we'll pursue a clean, independent energy future that will create millions of jobs. We'll finally provide health care for all Americans. We'll build an economy that is more just. We'll build a world with more partners and fewer enemies. And we'll end the war in Iraq." When she says those things, you can know that she'll deliver, because she spent a lifetime caring, working, and delivering. I hope you'll support her campaign. If you do, you'll always be proud you did. As president, she'll make you proud every day.